Here we go. Wilson Morales from Black Women TV. Hello, folks. How are you?
Hi,
Good.
Wilson.
How are you, Wilson?
Good. So we're almost here. We're almost that time. Down in the valley, your own show, part of it. So what? Talk to me how this came about, Nicco.
It came about because I had a vision. I had a vision. I was sitting down in season one, like, what's going on? What's happening? What are we going to do? And once P Valley got out into the world, that season one of P Valley, everyone kept saying, "Oh, yo, put me on. Let me see this." Or, I dance or I rap. I da da da. And I kept thinking, like, what do I do with that? And the creative in me just turned it around and said, you know what? I got a lot of light shining on me, so let me shine this on my community. So I wanted to go down here and talk to the real people and give them opportunities to have their stories highlighted. That's how it came up.
That's the thing. It's like people sometimes don't realize that some of the stuff that we see on TV is are based on the lives of others. It may be exaggerated to some extent, but there's something there. So, Shoshana, what did you want to present along with Nicco in terms of like per episode? Was there a certain theme as far as who you wanted to show and what you wanted to show?
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, Black people in all of their glory, in all of their nuance, in all of their uh just the sort of fabric of who we are. I think for so long we've been dehumanized. So to have an opportunity to humanize is just beautiful. To have an opportunity to create something with a group of Black folks, also really beautiful to be able to have the opportunity to tell our stories and just give platforms for all these various stories that we tell, whether it's the intersection of sex and God and Black female pleasure, whether it's queer life, queer Black life, whether it's African ritual and how it shows up in our lives. It's both a celebration of us and also an opportunity to showcase the complexity of our lives.
Mm-hmm.
You use the word dehumanizer. I think about people watch these shows and they think of a certain job and background and they think, oh, that's not me and so forth. But there is lives that go to these jobs, and so Nicco, when you're going out and you're talking to these people, was there anything different you're learning outside of what you learned during the show?
I think it's different every time that you meet someone's journey and you're having conversation and you're understanding why they do what they do. Because it can remind you of, or it makes me think sometimes of, oh, well, why did I do this? I experience as a dancer, I experience freedom or liberation in a certain kind of way, right? But then understanding, meeting one of the girls or one of the people dancing, like, oh, he's not experiencing the same type of liberation. For him, it's a mask that he's putting on, and he's wearing that masculinity in a different kind of way versus this woman. She's like, I need to be, Sharonda, for example, and she's one of our main characters in the Saints and Sinners episode. And she is a naturalist, and she wants to be able to be free, and to be able to be free in nature, that's a whole nother kind of liberation. And to explore that, that's not often talked about in our community or being able to be shown and highlighted. And being of, as you say, non-conventional bodies, I think it's conventional, but the entertainment industry often will say if you're over a size 2, you're plus. But I loved being able to be in the world with real bodies and real people.
Mhm. How was the editing process? There's a lot of footage there. It's like you're trying to put it together. It's like, okay, what can we leave in? What can we leave out? How much, what do we want this episode? What's the takeaway from this particular episode? If we leave a certain scene long enough or not, was that an issue for you, Shoshana?
I mean, the editing process is always a journey. You sort of figure out, there's a lot of rewriting that goes on.
Mm-hmm.
So, you sort of lay down a foundation and then you go, okay, what do we need to expand? What are we missing? You know, we had to do, you know, we're like, oh, image wise, we need to pick up this. You know, it's always a journey until you hit the sweet spot. So, you know, some of them are more complicated than others and required us to, you know, sort of pull it apart. You look at it, you go, oh no, that's not right. Okay. So, you know, pulling it apart and moving it around. And that's just the editing process that happens with anything. So it's a journey, you know, and it can be, you know, you show an episode and the network goes like, what's this? Oh no. And you say, wait, give us a chance. We're gonna like, you know, rearrange or whatever. So it's always the same with everything, but I'm pleased with the way that all of our little babies landed. So
Yeah, but I will say though, it was a world where we had a lot of communication. You know, there was a lot of communication where Shoshana would say, "Oh, I'm thinking this," and I would like, Shoshana, remember when we did da 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 da? It was this moment when I said this, and I had this moment with him, and he said this, and it because I was fully present. I was not. This was not something that was done like super Hollywood with trailers and I was whisked away and swept in, you know. I was there in the shop packing up with Sharonda when it was time to leave, like for real, you know. Like I was there at the fish fry. I was there on the farm. I'm there really in your living room with you, you know. So hopefully that level of experience of and rawness and gritty truth really resonates for people at home because it was what we went through and what we wanted to have come across. So
and I just want to add to that to say that like Nicco and I get to like be up here being the faces, but it was just such a team effort. We had amazing producers, amazing directors, amazing associate producers, editors, the production company that we're produced out of, zero point 0. So, you know, while we're up here talking, the two of us, it was just an amazing team effort that always gets us into a wonderful communities, but also just gets us the end result.
absolutely.
Do you think as people watch the show and they see the lives of the, you know, people you're showcasing, it'll give them a better understanding to the show, P Valley? So when they see these characters, you know, no matter how zany some can be, they're like, there's somebody who's really lifeless. This is like, this is not just a scripted series where we're just trying to go all out with these characters. There's somebody that's actually this type of person somewhere, you know, maybe never to this extent, but there is somebody like that. Do you think the show, this particular show, will add some credence to that show?
I hope so.
Yeah, absolutely. And down in the valley, we say it is what it is, right? I definitely feel that the fictional has informed reality in the real world. And I think that seeing this real world depiction of what's going on in Southern culture and different marginalized communities will absolutely inform the fictional and give a different level of appreciation for what people see in the mothership of P Valley. I'm happy for the exchange. I think that there's always, you know, in the Pink Posse a little confusion and dissension because people would think that this is a substitution, but no, we are here. I'm actually on set right now. You know, I'm not in character, but I'm on set. I got out of character to come talk to you, and we here. Filming for season 3 is definitely going on, and we are in the midst of it all. And Down in the Valley is just another piece. It's an expansion of the universe, you know, hopefully expanding our minds and our hearts as well.
Well, thank you for this. I'm hoping that, you know, this is not just a one and done season, that there are more stories to tell, you know, that we're going to get a season 2 out of this, you know, so that way you can, you know, people can come back to you and says, well, you didn't showcase this. You didn't showcase that. You was down in my town. You didn't come through here. So congrats.
What was
on
one of your favorite parts, Wilson? If you had one.
I think it's Sharonda's, you know, like you get a story there. You know, you get more, but you when you hear her story, then you get it. You know, I think, and that's the thing, you're seeing individuals and you're paying attention, you know, to everything that's going on. And for those who don't watch the show and they're watching it now because it's something new, you guys are showcasing it. For those who know the work of what each of you have done, you know, they're like, oh, let me check it out. Then they may go back to see the series and like, okay, I get an idea what they were talking about. This is the fictionalized version of what this series is. So you never know where the audience is going to come from. You're already going to have a built-in audience and you're going to get a new audience. And that is what you always want.
Appreciate you.
I'll say on that.
And I'll see you when I see you.
Take care. Bye.